Hello friends, I am Yuvraj Patil, Head of Department Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Jain Polytechnic, Belgaum. I am handling the subject Electrical Circuits, which is for second semester Diploma Electrical and Electronics Engineering. Today we will discuss about the unit number 4, AC Principles and Vector Algebra. As we have studied in session 1 AC Principles, in this session we will study about the vector algebra. So the following topics are covered in today's session: trigonometric form, rectangular form or complex form, polar form, converting complex form to polar form and vice versa, addition, subtraction, multiplication and division of complex form and polar form. So as we know about the vector is a quantity which is having both magnitude as well as direction. So it plays very important role in the electrical engineering. So first we will see about the methods to solve vectors, that is trigonometric form. Consider the two currents I1 equal to 60 ampere and which is 30 degree to the x-axis, whereas I2 is a 30 ampere of current which is 60 degree to the x-axis. So in the trigonometric form we have to resolve the I1 current and I2 current into two components, that is the x component, that is horizontal component, and vertical component. So when you resolve into the horizontal component, you have to multiply I1 current with a cos angle, whereas when you resolve into the y component, you have to multiply with sine angle. Therefore the x component of I1 equal to I1 cos 30, that is equal to 60 cos 30, 60 into root 3 by 2 equal to x equal to 51.96. Next, x component of I2 equal to I2 into cos 60. So 30 into 1 by 2 you will get x equal to 15. Next, the y component of I1. When you want to find out the y component of I1, you should always multiply with sine angle. So that is equal to I1 into sine 30, that is equal to 60 into 1 by 2. You will get y component of I1 as 30. Next, y component of I2 equal to I2 into sine 60. You will get 25.9. Next, trigonometric function is always written in terms of what? In terms of a plus jb, where a is the real term and whereas b is the imaginary term. So the x component is written as a, whereas the y component is written as b. Now the trigonometric function, the I1, how you can write? I1 equal to I1 cos 30 plus j I1 sin 30. So we already resolve the component, that is x component and y component. So directly substitute the values. I1 equal to 51.96 plus j 30, same as I2 equal to I2 cos 60 plus j I2 sin 60, that is equal to I2 equal to 15 plus j 25.9. Rectangular form or complex form. Consider a vector diagram. In this, the voltage E1 present in the quadrant 1, whereas E2 is present into the quadrant 2. So E1 has resolved into two components, that is A1 and B1. E2 component resolved into minus E2 and B2. So how you can write E1? E1 equal to A1 plus j B1. E2 equal to minus A2 plus j B2. If E3 is they have given, E3 equal to minus A3 minus j B3. E4 equal to A4 minus j B4. So this is about the complex form or the rectangular form. In the complex form, the equation is always written in terms of A plus JB. That is real term. A is the real term, whereas B is the imaginary term. Next, in the polar form. In the polar form, the voltage E1 present into the quadrant 1, whereas the voltage E3 is present into the quadrant 3. So if you resolve E1 into x component and y component, E1 as A1 and B1. If you resolve E3, that is minus B3 minus A3. So in the polar form, the equation is always written in terms of how magnitude and written at an angle with respect to the voltages or the currents. Okay, so how we can write the E1 equal to E1 at an angle theta 1. So how we can write the, where theta 1, how we can find out? Theta 1 is nothing but what? Theta 1 equal to tan inverse of B1 by A1. Now E3 equal to E3 at an angle theta 3. So theta 3 equal to tan inverse of minus of B3 divided by minus of A3. So this is the formula for the finding the theta 3. So this is clear. If in the rectangular form you have to write the equation in terms of A plus JB, whereas in the polar form you have to write the equation in terms of magnitude with respect to the angle. Next, converting complex form to polar form. If they have given the equation in the terms of the complex form, we have to convert into polar form. So assume A equal to A plus JB. A equal to A plus JB. So if you want to, first you have to find out the magnitude. So how we can find out the magnitude? Magnitude is A equal to square root of A square plus B square. A square plus B square, and theta is, we know already the formula for the theta is tan inverse of B by A, and the final answer A equal to magnitude of A at an angle theta. So one example we'll see. A equal to 100 plus J 150. First you have to find out the magnitude of A. Magnitude of A equal to square root of A square plus B square, that is equal to 100 square plus 150 square. So magnitude of A you will get as 180.27. Theta. Next is theta. How we can find? Theta equal to tan inverse of B by A. So tan inverse of B, you know the B magnitude is nothing but 150 and A is 100. So you will get the angle as theta equal to 56.30 degree. So A is written as 180.27 at an angle 56.30. So we have converted complex form to the polar form. So while converting the complex form to polar form, first you have to find out the magnitude, next you have to find the angle. Next is converting polar form to the rectangular form. While converting to the polar form to the rectangular form, you have to find out the x component of A and y component of A. As we know that x component of A is 60 cos 30, that is equal to 51.96. Next, y component of A is 60 sin 30, that is equal to 30. So how you can write? The final answer is A equal to 51.96 plus J 30. You can write as 51.96 plus J 30. That is, we are converting polar into the rectangular or the complex form. Next we will see some examples. That is, in these examples we will see about the addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So first find the sum of two currents, that is I1 equal to 10 at an angle 30 and I2 equal to 20 at an angle 60. See, if they have given the I1 and I2 values in the polar form, that time you have to convert it into the rectangular form, then only you have to add. First, x component of I1 is 10 cos 30, that is equal to 8.66. Next, y component of I1 is 10 sin 30, that is equal to 5. Use the calculator. X component of I2 equal to 20 cos 60, that is equal to 10. Then y component of I2 equal to 20 sin 60, that is equal to 17.32. So I1, therefore I1, how you can write it? I1 equal to x component of I1 is 8.66 plus j y component, that is 5. That is I1 equal to 8.66 plus j 5. I2 equal to 10 plus j 17.32. Next, we have to find out the summation, that is I equal to I1 plus I2. So that is equal to 8.66 plus j 5 plus 10 plus j 17.32. So while adding, first you should add the real terms, that is 8.66 plus 10, that is 18.66. Next you should add the imaginary term, that is j5 plus 17.32, that is equal to j 22.32. You will got the answer as I equal to 18.66 plus j 22.32. Next, take the magnitude of the answer, that is equal to square root of a square plus b square. 18.66 square plus 22.32 square, that is equal to 29.09. Next, theta, tan inverse of b by a, that is equal to tan inverse of 22.32 divided by 18.66. So theta you will get as a 50 degree. Therefore I equal to 29.09 at an angle of 50 degree. Now next problem, if I1 equal to 2.2 plus j3, I2 equal to 5 plus j6, perform I1 plus I2, I1 minus I2, I1 into I2, I1 by I2. First, they have given the two currents, that is I1 equal to 2 plus j3, I2 equal to 5 plus j6. I1 plus I2, 2 plus j3 plus 5 plus j6. Add real terms, 2 plus 5 is 7. Next, imaginary terms, j3 plus j6 is 9j. Next, I1 minus I2. You have to subtract I1 minus I2. 2 minus 5 is minus 3. Next, plus j3 minus j6 is minus j3. Next, I1 into I2. 2 plus j3 into 5 plus j6. 2 into 5 is 10. 2 into j6 is 12j. j3 into 5 is 15j. j3 into j6 is 18j square. Next, 10 plus 12j plus 15j is 27j plus 18. We know the value of j square or I square is equal to minus 1. So that is equal to 18 into minus 1 is minus 18. So minus 18 plus 10 is 8, minus 8 plus 27j. So therefore I1 into I2 is equal to minus 8 plus 27j. Next, I1 divided by I2, 2 plus j3 divided by 5 plus j6. Divide and multiply by 5 minus j6. So you will get answer as 10 minus 12j plus 15j minus 18j square divided by 25 minus 30j plus 30j minus 36j square. By solving this, you will get 10 plus j3 minus 18 into minus 1. So you will get as an answer as 0.45 plus 0.049 j. Next, if a equal to 8 minus 6j, b equal to 3 plus j4, perform a into b and a divided by b. A equal to 8 minus 6j, b equal to 3 plus 4j. Wait, we'll zoom it. Next, okay, now we have to write the equation in terms of polar form. They have asked the question into the polar form. So first convert the complex form into the polar form. So a is written as, first we have to find out the magnitude of a, that is the magnitude of a equal to square root of a square plus b square, that is equal to 8 square plus 6 square. You will get magnitude as 10. Next, theta a equal to tan inverse of b by a, tan inverse of minus 6 divided by 8, you will get angle as minus 36.86 degree. Next you have to find out the magnitude of b. B is equal to square root of 3 square plus 4 square. Magnitude of b equal to 5. Next, theta b equal to tan inverse of b by a, that is equal to tan inverse of 4 divided by 3. So you will get theta b equal to 53.13. Now you have to perform the multiplication and division. See, while multiplying, see this. While multiplying a into b, the magnitude, only the magnitude of a and b are multiplied, whereas the angles are get added. Therefore, 10 at an angle minus 36 plus 80, 10 at an angle minus 36.86 into 5 at an angle 53.13, that is equal to 10 into 5 is 50, whereas minus 38.86 plus 53.13 will get angle as 16.27. So a into b equal to 50 at an angle 16.27. Next, a divided by b. So 10 at an angle minus 36.86 divided by 5 at an angle 53.13. So just remember, while division, you should only divide the magnitudes of a and b, whereas the angles are get subtracted, that is theta a minus theta b. Now 10 divided by 5 will get magnitude as a 2 at an angle minus 36.86 minus 53.13. So a divided by b you will get as 2 at an angle 89.99 degree. Next, if v equal to 80 plus j60, I equal to 3 minus 4j, z equal to 6 plus 8j, perform the following operation in polar form. First is v by I, second is I into z. So first you have to find out the magnitude and the angle of each quantity, that is voltage, current and impedance. So first, voltage 30, voltage they have given as 80 plus j60. So magnitude of voltage is 80 square, square root of 80 square plus 60 square, you will get magnitude as 100. And theta V angle is tan inverse of B by A, tan inverse of 60 divided by 80, you will get theta V as a 36.86. Next, the current they have given I equal to 3 minus 4J. So magnitude of I is square root of 3 square plus 4 square, you will get magnitude as a 5. Theta I equal to tan inverse of B by A, tan inverse of minus 4 divided by 3. So theta I you will get minus 53.13. Next, impedance 6 plus 8J. So impedance they have given 6 plus 8J. Magnitude of impedance is 6 square plus 8 square. So magnitude of Z is equal to 10, and theta Z equal to tan inverse of B by A, tan inverse of 8 by 6. So you will get theta Z as 53.13. We have to find out the V by I. V by I is 100 at an angle 36.86 divided by 5 at an angle minus 53.13. So 100 divided by 5 you will get 20, and as already earlier I told you, during division you should subtract the angle. So 36.86 minus of minus 53.13, you will get 89.99. So V divided by I equal to 20 at an angle 89.99. Next, multiplication I into Z, 5 at an angle minus 53.13 into 10 at an angle 53.13. So while multiplying, you have to multiply only the magnitude, whereas angles are get added. 5 into 10 is 50, whereas angle minus 53.13 plus 53.13 angle is 0. Therefore I into Z is equal to 50 at an angle 0. Next, two impedance Z1 equal to 4 plus J6 and Z2 equal to 6 minus J4 are connected in parallel across 230 volt 50 Hz supply. Calculate impedance, current, power factor. Given things, Z1 equal to 4 plus J6, Z2 equal to 6 minus J4. Voltage they are given 230 volt, and frequency also they are given as 50 Hz. So first they have given the impedances Z1 and Z2 which are connected in parallel. We have to find out the equivalent impedance, that is Z equal to Z1 Z2 divided by Z1 plus Z2, because the two impedances are connected in parallel. So while multiplication and division, you have to convert the complex form to the polar form, while addition directly you add the complex form. So Z1 plus Z2 equal to 4 plus 6 is 10, and 6 minus 4 is 2J. So take the magnitude Z1 plus Z2, that is 10 square plus 2 square, that is equal to, you will get as 10.19. Theta equal to tan inverse of B by A, that is tan inverse of 2 by 10. So you will get theta angle as 11.30. So Z1 plus Z2 equal to 10.19 at an angle 11.30. Now convert Z1 and Z2 value into the polar form. So magnitude of Z1 equal to square root of 4 square plus 6 square, that is equal to 7.21. So theta 1 equal to tan inverse of B by A, tan inverse of 6 by 4. So theta 1 equal to 56.30. So Z1 equal to 7.21 at an angle 56.30. Next, Z2. The magnitude of Z2 equal to square root of 6 square plus 4 square, you get 7.21. So theta 2 equal to tan inverse of B by A. So tan inverse of 4 by 6. So theta 2 equal to 33.69. So you will get Z2 equal to 7.21 at an angle 33.69. So impedance Z, since two impedances are connected in parallel, Z equal to Z1 Z2 divided by Z1 plus Z2. So Z1 is 7.21 at an angle 56.30 into 7.21 at an angle 33.69 divided by 10.19 at an angle 11.30. So 7.21 into 7.21, you will get 51.98 at an angle 89.99 divided by 10.19 at an angle 11.30. So Z, you will get answer as 5.10 at an angle 78.69, as we have to subtract the values 89.99 minus 11.30 angles. Current, we know current I equal to V by Z. So 230 at an angle 0 divided by 5.10 at an angle 78.69. So I, you will get 54.09 at an angle of minus 78.09. Next is power factor. As we know that phi is angle phi is 78.69 degree, therefore cos 78.69, that is equal to 0.1961 is the power factor. So this, we conclude this topic as a vector algebra. For any queries, please subscribe and like my channel, and also you can comment. Thank you.